Hey guys, what is going on? And today we're starting a connected franchise. Now, obviously, I have a lot of series that I have not exactly finished. I believe, just on record, I got Mafia 2 still open, Dead Rising 3 is still open, Metro is still open. I I put an NBA video up, but then I took it down because I didn't like the way it came out. So that series is closed. I'm not sure when I'm gonna start, but I want to do this, and I'm gonna a Dead Rising I can't upload, and I will upload at some point. I promise you, it is coming. I promise. I will get back to what I'm supposed to be doing, but I want to have a little bit of fun. As for Metro and Mafia, I'm just gonna say they're suspended as for right now. When I will come back to it, it's gonna be a while. But anyway, just talk about what's going on. We're doing a fantasy. We're gonna do a fantasy draft. I'm gonna pick the Colts just because I don't know. I felt like picking the Colts. And I haven't actually done a fantasy draft in a little bit, at least on Madden. I used to do quite a few of them, and it is fun. And I'm not going to make any guarantees on how many seasons, how many whatever I'm going to do, but, I definitely want to just at least try to get through one season and hopefully make the playoffs and do whatever. And then, of course, we always, have that dream of making it to the Super Bowl, but we'll see how far we get. And I'm showing basically my first 12 picks, which to me are the most important ones. I'll show you the rest of my team when I do. I'm going to show you guys the full team, and then I'm going to show you a small part of one of the preseason games, and then we'll start the regular season in the third episode. But as I'm waiting to get through this, we actually talk about the picks I made here, so I can explain a little bit better. Sorry about that. That's Skype working. Anyway, sorry about that. I'm trying to think. I just lost my train of thought. Wow, I lost my train of thought entirely. I don't know. I didn't know I had to say that. Or did I? Shit. No, now I remember. What I was going to say was I'm actually probably going to be putting up some Payday footage probably before I put up more Dead Rising, just because they've added so much stuff, and I really don't want to talk about it too much, but they've added, like, so much crazy stuff for Crime Fest, and it's beautiful. I mean, I'm going to do a full video on what they've added. Not even, like, a full, because it's just so much. I'm going to talk about the stuff I like and show off some of the stuff, just because, I mean, it was great. I mean, it was just like, yo. And they even have a movie sponsored now, John Wick, which I'm pretty sure you get actually free DLC if you go see the movie, which is pretty cool. And I'm probably going to go see the movie just because I want to see it anyway. But we're going to start the career here, and we're going to do a fantasy draft. And my first pick, I didn't take a quarterback. I knew who I kind of wanted to take, and I also knew defense is important, especially since I'm not a great defensive mind. So I actually took defense first, and I took quarterback second. And I saw J.J. Watt, who just... he's having a great season. I mean, what he can do, he does it all. Can sack, he can interrupt the pass. I mean, he just does everything. And probably just right now in the NFL, one of the best defensive players you could get. So I decided to roll with him because I knew I could get a quarterback in the second round. At least the one I was pretty sure I could get this person, and that is going to be Ryan Tannehill, who's kind of almost a little bit of everything. He can run, he can throw. And I like what I've been seeing him do in Miami. He's been actually having great fantasy weeks, and I really should have started him. But I didn't. Of course, I relied on Matthew Stafford, who I thought was going to have a much better season than he is right now. I mean, he's doing all right, but he's not been great. So I took Ryan Tannehill. But when you're doing these drafts, I do advise you should take a quarterback within the first 2 rounds, or you're not going to have a good quarterback at all. So you need to take quarterback in the first 2 rounds. But anyway, next up, obviously, I believe I took, wide receiver next. And I'm going to wind up, I believe, taking, Larry Fitzgerald, just because I've kind of used a lot of these wideouts, and I like the power run style. And also, I've heard a lot of good things about him. I've never used Larry Fitzgerald. So I was like, you know what, let me grab someone I haven't used yet so I can have a little bit of fun. So I pick him up. Still a top-notch receiver, top 10 probably receiver, I would say. And round 4, I believe I take defense. I'm trying to think. I think I took a middle. Did I take a lineman? Who did I take? I'm trying to think. I know. I think I take a halfback at pick 6. Yeah, I take a linebacker. I'm going to wind up taking Gerard Mayo, who's got the best hit power and tackling coverage of the linemen, because basically the linemen go pretty quickly. So I was only really able to get one top-notch linebacker, and that's the middle. The left and right, they had some decent ones there, but, I mean, middle still actually had a good one. So I said, you know what, let me grab one while I can. So I grabbed him, and then I believe, I forget, did I take my halfback now, or did I do one more defensive pick? We'll find out in a second. No, I think I did take a halfback. Did I? No, I took a defensive player. So Eric Barrett, I was like, yo, I need to snatch him up. Because Eric Barrett can catch balls, man. The man can just intercept, and I could use him in my secondary. So I picked him up, and then I'm going to wind up picking up Matt Forte. And the reason being is because he can run the ball really well, but he also can catch really well for a halfback. And he's big, he's strong, and to me he was the best available. The only other halfback there that was even I would consider better than him is Marshawn Lynch, who it has certain stats. He is better. He's not a better receiving halfback, but that's the only thing I could think of. And also, he's not as... I think their speed's about the same. They're not speed backs like LaShawn or Jamal Charles, but I missed out on those guys in the 4th and 5th round. But I'm fine with that because, you know, Matt Forte is pretty good, if you ask me. And I'm happy to have him. So I'll take that one with some grace. And also because I've just used Marshawn Lynch already. In fact, I think they took Lynch. Yeah, I think they updated it because I don't even see him there. Now, there's a couple other halfbacks there that I could have took. Like, Reggie Bush is just a very nice speed back. But I was like, you know what? I have not used Matt Forte, and he's got some nice stats. And I know he can catch the ball really well. So I decided, let me go with that. Would have been nice. I just saw Barry Church go right before my pick. I probably would have took him if he was available. Now, I'm trying to think, who do I go with this pick? Just trying to remember. I believe I go with a defensive tackle or corner. No, I take a corner. I believe I take Xavier Rhodes. No, I take Jabari Greer because he's got the better coverage. I almost took Rhodes. And I think I only grabbed one actually really good corner, and he's not even like one of the better corner. He's an okay corner. I mean, overall, I think I picked a really strong defense, or a strong enough defense in terms of overalls and the stats that they have. Offense, I can work with a little bit of less because I have... My receiving core is pretty strong as well, as you'll see, because I don't think I show everyone, but I think I wind up taking Sammy Watkins, Tavon Austin. Obviously, I have Larry Fitzgerald, plus I had, what's his name? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember his name now, but it'll come back to me. And then, obviously, I have Matt Forte, who's going to be an excellent receiver, and I pick up a pretty decent tight end. But here I take a defensive tackle, Seattle's defensive tackle, because he's just a great sack, type player, and he's played very well. And he's got a very high overall as well, which I know. So I was like, this guy's probably going to go sooner than later. Let me grab him now. Again, help me buffer that defense. And then here, I'm going to wind up, I believe, taking Sammy Watkins. I almost went with Mike Wallace just because he is faster, and he's got the better catching stats ever so slightly. But Sammy Watkins is younger, and I feel like he's durable. And also, he does have that extra inch on him. And I don't know, I'm trying to see their weight now. I think Watkins is a little bit bigger, so it would be a little bit better. And again, it's nice to have the rookie. They actually, Sammy Watkins got about 10 pounds and 1 inch on him, which gives him a little more durability and size to me. So I decided to roll with that, which is all good and dandy. But
The Colts are now on the clock.
I'm trying to think who else I took that's actually going to be important, because we actually are about to wrap up, and then I'll show you guys the rest of my squad later. I think, this is where I take my tight end. I take Jared Cook, who's just a monster. He's huge, 6'5", 254, very fast, has decent catching stats. I didn't really pay attention to the blocking. I picked up a second tight end and a second halfback just for blocking reasons. I almost went with Dennis Pitta for the catching, but I was like, you know what? Let me get that speed tight end just because I wanted it, and wind up picking him up. And then I'm pretty sure I just grab another defensive player, and I grab lineman here. For the offensive line, I feel like, or am I just... No. I pick up the left and right linebackers for the last couple of picks you're going to see here, because I want to have some decent ones before they all go, because they go very quickly, as I stated. And then after that, you'll start to see the left and right guards go. I did lose out on one of the really good left guards, but I was able to pretty much get a good solid line so I can be able to run and pass the ball and have nice coverage. Then I pick up the rookie Kyle Full over there, who is having a decent season on the Bears. Not the greatest, but he's playing all right. And again, I wanted to help buffer my defense, so I picked him up. And yeah, I'm going to probably pick up a left linebacker and then right linebacker. I take Julius Peppers. Just honestly, I know he's good based on the name. So I was like, let me just take Julius Peppers. He's a little older, I know that, but I know he's very talented. And the old players, even though they have high overalls, they tend to go much later. So you probably could get away with leaving some of them on the board and coming back to them. And then I wind up taking Desmond Bishop with my last pick. And this is all you're going to see, guys. So next time we come back, we'll do a little bit of preseason.